Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the D2CL, going into our second game of HGT going up against VG Gaming. Let's get ourselves straight into the game because it's already underway. Drafting time is what you want to see. HGT this time on the Dire side, VG Gaming go over to the Radiant side, and we are drafting ourselves out. So for all the guys in the chat as well, Hal is most definitely playing game number 2. All your information is incorrect. If you're trying to troll.
Reserve time.
Well done. Just failure. Batrider and Quap will be banned out by HGT. So that's the second time Batrider's been taken out in the first stage. They just don't want to let Ice have that. And the Queen of Pain being removed. That was HGT's hero that they've been playing a lot of. So, surprised they actually want to remove that one when you still have heroes like this to come up from VG Gaming. With a Sniper as well as a Chem. Shadow Fiend has a horrendous time up against a Sniper. Absolutely horrendous time. The only way a Shadow Fiend is capable of winning a lane up against a Sniper is if he's able to get the 100 rune, so the early bounty rune, or he's able to go razors first and hit all 3 razors into that Sniper and force the Sniper into a very, very defensive position. That's kind of the only way it can happen. Because the Shadow Fiend just gets... it's just out aggroed by the Sniper. And if you got something like an Earthshaker that can come in, put a fissure block, or at least just make a choke point that, speaking of the devil, that the Sniper is then just able to put a shrapnel on top of, you can't run away. So you get royally screwed as a Shadow Fiend if he's going to go to that mid lane up against the Sniper. They're going to need to bring him a lot of help. The Earthshaker is part of that, but they'll need somebody else that can get in a little bit closer up against the Sniper. And that's also something too, which may almost lead me to say that HGT should move the SF to the safe lane and put someone else into the mid lane. Or you try and run your safe lane Storm Spirit. Because if you run your safe lane Storm Spirit and you get like an offlane Clockwork, then you've got your ways to get right on top of the Sniper. And that's the way you beat the Sniper. You beat the Sniper by inflicting the damage on him. The best way to do that is have the distance reducing heroes. Or else Sniper will just sit on the other side of the river throwing out assassination after assassination and using Cheng creeps for the control and the initial burst damage required to bring him within kill range. Yeah. So it's Clockwork and Storm are the best ones to get in close. There are some other options, but Slark would have been one of them. A Blink Dagger on Slark into a pounce onto the Sniper. There wouldn't be much he could do about anything. The Slark would just end up killing him off time and time again.
Reserve time.
You could always try and go for these Blink support heroes, but because she picked up the Earthshaker, it's a little bit more of a... I would have preferred to see him actually ban the Earthshaker and get something else like a Lion or a Vengeful Spirit. The VS with the Shadow Fiend's wonderful. Because that's when you've got your negative armor double stacked, and you got your attack damage increase as well. It's like just a nice little combination with the Shadow Fiend. And that frees you up to get some other, maybe even a jungle hero, someone that can battle up against the Chen. I'm not going to say directly. You can get someone which just battles the economy part of the Chen. So you can go down the roles of an Enigma, for example. And then use your Midnight Pulse to keep VG Gaming back. And give SF a little bit more power in the fights. Obviously, Black Hole's a fantastic thing too, but it's primarily just money as well as teamfight control. It means the SF will be freed up so he doesn't have to buy the mech. But if you're going to go for another support here from HGT, you probably need someone that's going to work with the Earthshaker. Or you just have really strong lane presence. That's the only other way that one works. Because the Earthshaker can roam himself around, but your hero in the lane has to have the kill potential. Or at least have the advantage early on that he's able to do the initial damage. So when the Earthshaker does come in, it's just the final nail in the coffin. Well, so Lion's going to be banned out, so VG Gaming won't have him. I don't see a problem with that though, because I think VG Gaming, they're the ones with the first pick coming to in the next phase. So they can grab anything they want. But I'm looking at the Vengeful Spirit still, but they're going to grab the Rubik. We did have Karka with a fantastic Rubik in the last game, making some really great plays around the Roche pit. His timing was quite good, but obviously had a lot of abilities to work with. Something like Storm's Bolt Lightning. That's kind of awesome. But only if you got a good mana pool to use it. Yeah. But in this game, he's got Earthshaker as well as Shadow Fiend. So you got Fissures, you got Echo Slams. You don't want Totem. And the Shadow Fiend, you've got Razors. Not the greatest thing, but if you can steal Requiem, that's awesome.
Reserve time.
Not to mention, it is going to be that FY Rubik. It's he's absolutely amazing on that hero, which means Fenrir gets to take up the role as the Chen. And we'll assume for now that it will be Super as that sniper. Which means we still need the offlaner as well as a safe laner. HGT, the SF is either going to be safe or mid. The next picks are probably going to reveal a little bit more. A Witch Doctor pick up.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Morphling.
And hello, how's Morphling?
Dire team pick.
Farm. That's going to be the name of this game. The Sniper Chen and Rubik can do so much work early on, but the Morphling is going to win on split push against this HGT lineup at the moment. They need something else to help them defend. Tinker's coming to mind. Okay, they're going to go Axe. Oh yeah, I suppose in some ways he's a distance close, but at the same time, Rubik could just toss him back. You're still going to have the Chen heal. And Axe killing off Morphling. Not really going to do anything. Surprise though, this is... you pick an Axe after you ban a Dazzle. This isn't the first time I've seen this. Obviously, it won't be the last. But it does kind of seem counterproductive. Because you get the Culling Blade, which will go through Shallow Grave anyway. Yes, you could have a problem with the fact that Dazzle's a heal could bring him above the threshold. And then your Culling Blade's a little bit wasted. But beyond that...
Dire team ban.
The HGT for me, I feel like their lanes are too weak. If you just get a tanky hero on the off lane, be it it's Ice, so I'm always going to think Timbersaw, but Bristleback is another one, which is still available for that off lane. I don't see a way where HGT can kill him. And the Axe, I'm assuming, is the off lane for HGT. So Rubik, just a boots first for Rubik, and physical damage to slowly bring down the Axe.
Reserve time. Reserve time.
And there goes your clockwork.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
I'm thinking he's going to take that. I'm actually thinking that Bristleback is still the better pick up here. It's just going to be... They need to have another tank allowing Morphling to go more agility than strength. Or at least not have to wait until he's got Scardy as well as E-Blade, Butterfly, and all these kind of things. Where then he's feeling comfortable enough to battle against HGT.
10 seconds remaining.
Zeus.
Ooh, hello.
Dire team pick.
Mr. Zap. Coming in for VG Gaming. Doesn't really throw our lanes into question, however. Because I'm still feeling that that's going to be an Ice Zeus. As VG Gaming continued to mix things up. He hasn't played as... what was that? Okay, he played as Zeus up against DK. That was when they ran Witch Doctor, Lion, Storm, as well as the Troll Warlord. But that was nothing like this lineup at all. But they'll give it to Ice. Storm Spirit's the last one from HGT, so as I said, they still needed the gap closer. That had to happen anyway, so there was no real choice from HGT to pick something like that. The Axe wouldn't be enough, especially with a Zeus coming on board. Means he can throw the ulti at the start of the fight. Axe's Blink Dagger is going to go instantly onto cooldown. There's nice burst damage up against the Storm. And he's going to go safe lane. So harassing directly up against the Zeus not going to be the easiest thing in the world. The Witch Doctor's going to be a little bit careful about this as well. Ice needs some pulled consumables, but Zeus having that kind of burst damage up against the Witch Doctor could cause some problems. But with the Earthshaker Fissure, Ice could have a hell of a lot more problems. It'd be very easy to kill him off if you could just get the positional advantage. So I want to watch the wards very closely from VG Gaming. Where do they get their vision? Or do they even try and switch their lanes up?
Prepare for battle.
That's another option. You could try and run... Oh, are we... Brilliant. We'll go to my sexy queen of pain for now. Whoops, I don't know. You want to see the sexy queen of pain? There you go. Yeah, so Chinese service. Wonderful. I hope Dota TV was working for everyone else before. Just a quick disconnect, reconnect back in again, and we're fine. It does mean we're on a bit of an iffy server. FY able to scout out HGT. They're moving in just the same way. Oh, wow. FY, why'd you turn around for this one? The fissure is down, and the battle hunger. Well, that's just to reach in nice and close. Axe takes the first kill. And that means boots as well, which is really critical up against someone like the Rubik. FY thought he had the movement speed advantage. And with the boots, he would have had it over the axe. And potentially he's only man in the lane. But because of this first kill... Now Icy is the man who will have the advantage on this offlane. Not fully, obviously, because he's still going up against a Morphling by Howl. A sniper for Super.
The battle begins.
Making the run for that rune. Storm Spirit's got no way to beat him to it. And Ice is in fact going to let him have it.
This will come in
so
handy.
the SF, both the mid solos will take it. No, the supports were helpful enough to block the waves for him. So it looks like Air managed to get there just a fraction of a second early, but it's not going to give any advantage. The creep's still hit in the middle of the river. So it's all up to the CS battle. And Air's not delaying this at all. He got the 100-100 rune, but he went razors at level 1. So ensures the last hits, or as much as he possibly can. And now we can finally start collecting some souls. So on the offlane, Witch Doctor, Axe, plus the Earthshaker, going for an aggro move. Fenrir's got his own creep coming around. It's only a Wild Wing, so it can harass against the Earthshaker, but not much more than that. And the Earthshaker's trying to play this little corner. At the same time, I miss a kill on bottom. And they went a long way in. Witch Doctor ends up killing off the Morphling with just a paralyzing cask, and Axe having battle hunger. He must have come out way too far. Because it's not even spin chances. There's no call, there's no control beyond paralyzing cask. And when you got FY in the lane as well, that really makes no sense how that kill happened. With Malediction now up, now it makes a lot of sense. The fish is a little bit off target. One more attack from Pretty Hawk. With the Battle Hunger, it's not enough damage. The Malediction won't pop him. But HGT are having so much success on their offlane. The Morphling doesn't want to be there. In fact, Howe has pushed himself to pulling now. What are you up to, Kaka? Apart from trying to be a buffer so they can grab that 2-minute rune. FI won't want to oblige him. But they're going to get it anyway. So an illusion rune for Pretty Haw. This jungle's getting really crowded. Chen's only managed to grab himself a Sata. 2.5 levels, not bad, but how's that top lane looking? Ice at 9-1, up against the Storm, who's 9-0. But it's also stick charges in there for SMJ. So he's able to spam a hell of a lot more than he normally would be able to, without requiring something like the bottle. Smoke gang time from VG. Coming in for air, and they're going to be successful. They managed to get in close enough with the pickup, just throwing him back, keeping him inside the shrapnel. Set a blast gave him the extra burst damage, also required to kill him before he reaches the tier 1 tower.
Is under attack.
So the SF goes down. VG Gaming get their first kill. They still have massive problems for this Morphling. He's walking all the way back to base now. There's no mana, there's no life, and the Axe is just so far ahead. So VG Gaming realize this. They switch up their lanes. Chen goes into the enemy jungle. And ZSMJ, well, he knows what's going on. There's an observer ward watching the movement of FY. And FY should be able to work this out as well. Actually, no, he couldn't see ZSMJ where he was. So it wouldn't be as easy to work out. So Ice now with his Soul Ring. Always mana for a stun. Fenrir looking towards the mid. That Troll Trap needs to hit onto one of these heroes if they were going to have any chance. But they're already too far underneath the tower. SMJ, Stormbolt, FY. He is level 3. So he's got level 2 in that Fade Bolt. There is enough damage to kill off SMJ. Just couldn't get himself in range for the grab. Zeus can keep working away at the life of the Storm Spirit. It's only going to be a matter of time before he pops his stick charges. In fact, there it is. Dropping his robe to do so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ow. He's got malediction on him. With a nice little glow, you could have mistaken that for a double damage, but nope. It's the glow of death. They find Fenrir. They're going to smoke up. They backed up as far as they could because they didn't know where the Dire Observer Ward is. So have to move all the way back. And now look for the opening.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's the move in behind the tower. That's the direction they want to head. They're waiting this out. They can't wait too much longer. But at the same time, they want to move up when the creep wave reaches the tower, which is now. ZSMJ's not level 6, so this is kind of like their only chance to do this. A pick up by FY, dragging back ZSMJ. Another remnant to drop, but Chen's nuke will find the kill.
Faith tested.
And then if they wanted to, they could add a little bit more pressure to this tower. They are going to lose the Satyr for Chen.
Bottom tower is
There's no
under
new
attack.
creep to grab apart from, well, a Harpy. Not a bad thing to get. Could really screw around with that mid. Speaking of mid, Air getting assassinated. FY looking for the assassination himself.
Dire's top
Going to
tower
walk
is
in
under
with the
attack.
Fade Bolt and just finish the job. But incapable of doing so. The bottom tier 1 tower has gone down. So Icy to 3.6k. We're 5 minutes in, he's almost got this Blink Dagger. Zeus will drop. Well, it's a level 6 Storm. I think I should be a lot more aware of that happening. An axe. He has no fear on this bottom lane. The Morphling doesn't do anywhere near enough damage. So there's no joy to come out from that. Kaka. Fidge is on the wrong side, but doesn't matter because it's the Chen who's sitting on the high ground. So they go in, and they're going to loop in behind the tower. Shrapnel gives them the vision. FY with a pickup. Secondary Shrapnel, and the Zeus ultimate. Giving enough damage. Super. Not a healthy man after Air was able to get the raise off on him. With the Shrapnel down, Air doesn't want to try and battle up against anything in the mid, especially considering Super's just been sent back to base by the Chen. So he'll heal up and TP back in again. Might want to come in a little bit sooner. This axe, it's like he mistimed the Culling Blade, and Super's going to arrive. Needs a little bit more chip damage in here before he can assassinate him with the Malediction as well as the Paralyzing Cast of Satyr. It'll save, she doesn't save Super. That just makes sure they kill off the axe. It's still worth a hell of a lot. But it's a heavy commitment from HGT. They brought in 4 heroes to do that. SMJ's already retreating from the top lane. That's where Ice is going to work. While on bottom, Hal's finding space. So finally going to get some experience as well as gold into his bank account.
Here I am.
What else have we got coming? More smoke, more observers. Going to give that space to Fenrir in this mid. Well, they should. Hey, Fenrir, you're okay, man. Go back in there. Like, farming up your camp. They just threw away half a wave worth of experience. I'm sure you might want to save it for Super, but sitting there, it's still worth it. Okay, we're just spiking again, so we'll do our quick little thing while no one's in a position where they're going to be. Oh no, they're cute. Is that a cute little beastie? Hate that beastie. Love the artwork. Sorry, got a frog in the throat. What? Okay, it's not leaving me. At least it looks like the lag has left us. Which is the primary goal. Literally choking on my own tonsils right now. Woo! Alright. Smoke time, HGT. Let's see what they can find. Where are they headed? Up towards the top tier 1 tower? No one's home. Well, they actually will be soon. VG Gaming coming in, they're going to smoke up. FY leads the charge. He needs the Wish Shot to pick up before the Paralyzing Cast goes to work, plus the Malediction. The call from Ice, he's going to keep FY here. But then again, the damage into that axe is too much. With Satyr Blast and Fade Bolt, they're more than up. The assassination, not going to go and finish the job. In fact, Zeus just with the lightning bolt
I take my offer.
does his work there. So a quick fight for VG Gaming. They just got their timing right for that. Because that was just a jump in. They thought, okay, well, maybe it is. Okay, super. If he gets, okay, he got him. Air stab, he knows it. He knows it. That's why he turned himself around to try and go for the raise. And VG Gaming still able to try and capitalize on this top observer ward they've got behind the tower. They know exactly what they're up against. Nice, trying to drop him a little bit lower. Sorry, that's not the button I was searching for.
The earth thanks you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So, how? I don't want to forget about him. The rotations are coming out from the rest of VG Gaming. Zeus is doing quite a nice job moving with the Chen as well as the Rubik. With this Morphling, ever since the tier 1 tower has been dropped by HGT, he just hasn't been touched. So he's able to find all the farm he wants to. This Blink Dagger from Axe has had no real effect. Because every time they've gone for a gank, VG Gaming just seems to get in close before he's got the chance to jump. So it's VG Gaming who are getting the upper hand. Even though it's meant to be HGT with this Blink initiation. Or the Storm Spirit with Ball Lightning initiation. So they try again. So a smoke gank, they're going to bring air this time. He is building for the mech, but currently not having most of it. In fact, he's just got the buckler on him. The headdress left in pieces back. Pretty hot. Bob-omp, and the Zeus ultimate. Realize 3 are missing. How is their ganker, or is their gank target? He's got waveform up. He's not going to get it off in time though. He rotated 3 heroes down to kill off the Morphling, who's still sitting so low in net worth that I don't think it really matters as much. Primarily because the sniper is getting bigger. For me, super is the big factor when it comes to this game. The Zeus is your bolt lightning. That's just meant to give you a little bit more of an advantage into the early game. The sniper will just tear apart HGT. The Morphling, of course, needs farm to be effective. I'm not going to take that away from Hal. But what's going to inflict the damage is moves like this. You bring in a full Chen army, you take out a tier 1 tower, and Hal just moves back to farm. They hand a god to keep the Chen creeps alive. They don't want to lose the army. Lightning bolts, they're not going to find Axe. They're hoping for it. In fact, they just move quicker. Super with that Mask of Madness. Kaka needs to turn. Lets the Totem Stomp go, so he can at least do some kind of damage to the sniper. But he's dead anyway. So the tier 1 tower will drop. That levels things up. 1 apiece. SMJ jumping down top of Super, and that's a big pickup. The Axe to get the dunk, and they just run themselves out with the buff. Ice not really done with this, however. Needs a lightning bolt. Couldn't get himself in range. That's not actually enough damage. FY has the Culling Blade. It would have been enough if FY could get the Culling Blade off. But Axe uses the primary ability. Chen Army is trying to keep Ice alive, but they're all just going in one after the other. Like, this is almost too easy. Requiem of Souls. And it's only the Morphling who wasn't there who's going to survive. The Witch Doctor did end up dying, but the Chen Army is also dropping. I don't really know what VG Gaming were trying to achieve with this. Taking the tier 1 tower, sure. Feeling got a kill and then just hanging around longer and losing one after the other.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You bought space for Hal, but that wasn't the way their lineup was meant to work. It's not meant to just be a space creator. Super's in a lot of trouble. Axe, he's got no mana. In fact, Super, where's your assassination? There it is. Icy Step. They used the Thunder God's Wrath just to ensure the kill does happen. It would have been closer on a level 2. Yeah, VG Gaming were allowing HGT to have the positioning in that fight. Never fighting as a full team. Just as individuals more than anything else. But they're not out of this. In fact, everything, just with that, it kind of levels up a little bit more. So the tower killing is going to stop for a moment. HGT is still focused on finding kills and farm into that SF. So just pushing down buildings isn't the way they're going to go at the moment. It's just too risky. Like, you're going into Shrapnel, Thunder God's Wrath, a Chen army, Rubik just screwing with him as well. Ball Lightning stolen by FY. So they can't initiate on him. He can initiate himself, but he burns through too much mana, which he just does not have. Didn't go the Arcane Boost, went for the Tranquils as well as the Urn. If he picks up a Yule Scepter as well, then that should be enough of a mana pool for him to play with. He might consider Force Staff, but I think Yule's would be the better option for him in this game. Because he can get the blink a little bit later on. Just having a mana pool is the more efficient thing. Because the other option is trying to steal things like Witch Doctor Ultimate, but as I always say, if you let Witch Doctor Ultimate go, then you've just made a pure mistake. Because you can trigger your ultimate, and then unless the Rubik grabs the second you trigger your ultimate, he shouldn't be able to get it because you toggle Voodoo Restoration. And then the Rubik ends up stealing Voodoo Restoration. Alright, so VG Gaming. They want to force the push. They are the team with Chen. They're also looking for the injection of money to come out from all these tier 1 towers. It's like a fortification to get through, but this is the last tier 1 tower of HGT. And it's like HGT have no desire to try and fight this. The Observer Ward's already nice and aggressive, so it's watching the Ancient stack. So it sees it in the rotation moving down, but doesn't see the TP arriving. So ZSMJ gonna look for the jump. FY, Storm bolts in, and then tries to go for air. The Meg Charge triggered very early on. There's your Thunder God's Wrath. Nice double Malediction. Plus with the Paralyzing Cast, it's kind of screwing around with Ice, but they're getting more damage out. Those 2 players from HGT will drop. That Malediction is not enough to find a kill. And tier 1 tower will also be forfeit here by HGT. The Chen army's a little bit weaker. And you have lost your Thunder God's Wrath. So yeah, they're going to back up. No need to risk any more aggression into HGT. Just rebuild the Chen army. Keep the farm coming up in the lanes. And slowly and surely, HGT are going to be forced into a corner. And you can't even keep vision up against someone like this Zeus. With Soul Ring, Zeus is just able to spam out lightning bolts all the time. Not all the time, but in moderation, of course. Super. Yeah. I think Ant knows there's an Observer Ward around here. He's just trying to finish the damn Ancients. Only a couple of them left. All the warding, in fact, from VG Gaming is right on the money. Seeing the 2 critical points, the SF will probably be moving to farm. That's obviously this camp, closest one inside the Dire Jungle, as well as the Ancients area. So VG Gaming, back to farm time. I'll look to initiate when the Chen's ready. Okay, looks like he's ready. The army's here. Oh, he didn't bring in smoke. Thought he brought in smoke. Is that on the courier? Yep. The mech is, though. And Ice's Void Stone. He's practically got his Yule Scepter. It's just the recipe away. So VG Gaming, it's kill time. FY, Super, as well as Ice. The first boys to front lines. And they'll move themselves into the Dire Jungle. And the Radiant Observer Ward, it starts to scout out the fact that HGT are here. Oh, they got a smoke on top, are they? Sentry Ward, oh, they still smoked. They still smoked. But I don't, why? They dropped, maybe they didn't see it. Maybe they just didn't see it. It could be that. We are in daytime, so they should have seen the Observer Ward. But they 5-man smoke to now come into the Radiant Jungle. Hal gets himself deeper inside the tree line. VG Gaming most definitely saw the smoke. But this Sentry Ward is in range of the Observer Ward. They just didn't take the time to check it, so no one's there. VG Gaming realized they're not ganking anybody. Just leave the ward behind, and the Zeus ulti gives confirmation. As SMJ jumping out a very long way to go for FY, missing the Culling Blade timing. Actually, no, he didn't. He just got picked up and thrown back down again. Now he'll miss the Culling Blade timing. And Fenrir, wonderful play with both the hand and god and mech. He saves his Rubik and allows Hao to chase down after Icy. He's got the adaptive strike. Not enough. One more attack is all that's required to kill off the Axe. And there she flies, blinking to the trees, disjoining. Waveform, do it. He got it. The Shadow Fiend ended up dying back in the mid, brought down by Ice. I'm going to assume with a lot of help from Super. 16 to 10. It was a 3-for-0 trade-off. Still love how Fenrir was able to achieve that. It all started because the telekinesis came in from the Rubik. If that Axe was able to get the Culling Blade off, then the buff would have been there for HGT to keep on fighting. And now Karka's in. Okay, he's not in trouble. He's going to have to use the Echo Slam, however. Requiring that extra stun on the Morphling before he gets adaptive striked.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But it's the fact that Rubik got the telekinesis pick up on the Axe when he was mid-dunk. He was starting it up, and Fenrir was just like, oh no, you don't!
Is under attack.
And then Chen comes through with the heals. Screws with the Axe Culling Blade again. And then gets the Rubik all the way back to base. So they don't even get one for it. Bottom lane, Icy, dead. Thunder God's Wrath goes again. The assassinations on the Rubik. Pick up, throw back with a Fade Bolt. He's got the kill. I think HGT have lost control of this game completely now. They're going to lose their tier 2 tower on bottom. There's a little to no point fortifying for this, because if they do, then VG Gaming might just feel confident enough to push up high ground. Yes, you don't have Thunder God's Wrath. Your mana's starting to get a little bit lower. But that tier 2 tower means nothing to them.
Radiant's middle tower.
They probably care more about the fact that tier 2 tower is lost to hold Roshan. While you still have the tier 2 tower in the mid, you do have one way to get there in time, but that's also another reason why VG Gaming planned down this Observer Ward. They're watching HGT's movements perfectly. I don't even think VG Gaming need to go for Roshan. There's too many things that could just go wrong. So just stick with what's stable. Let's move back, build up the Chen army again. How much of it has he still got? Okay, so he's practically got the whole shebang. Still with the double Wild Wings as well as a Troll. Grab himself a Centaur as well. And with Mech, Ogre Club, they're going to group up for a smoke. Nope, they just group up for the Mech. And then the push can come. So it's the tier 2 tower of mid. Really nice timing for Karka. Having that Blink Dagger now over on the Earthshaker could catch VG Gaming by surprise. Super's going to be very cautious about his positioning. Well, where are we going? They're starting up on the Axe. Shrapnel, quite heavy. The Blade Mail is forcing a little bit of return damage here. And, well, okay, Super does take a large amount of it to get this kill. But it doesn't matter as long as they can find more of it. Ice almost being saved by FY, who managed to take the Berserker's Call and took the aggro from HGT. Storm Spirit jumping up to Super, being sent back by Fenrir. The Hand of God was already used. The Mech was on cooldown. Storm will deny himself out. They need another 6 seconds to get their Mech back off cooldown to save the Sniper's life. So most of the damage output is gone for VG Gaming. The only thing that's really left is the damage coming out from Hao, which will only increase with this tier 2 tower dropping and him going over to pick up the Eagle Song. He's actually just going to farm up the creep wave instead. Now finish up the tower. So E-Blade time. The shotgun has arrived. 23 minutes in. Still some great pickoffs for HGT. They're obviously going to get a large amount of experience as well as a little bit of gold back for it. You lose the tower, so it's not that brilliant. But still, an even snipey top tower. All out of towers now gone. So even though you do get an injection of money for killing off the 2 big cores, like Sniper was 8 for 3. Zeus, not as great. But Zeus, you also see him make 15 kills out of the 21 he's been involved in, taking 2 himself and sharing 13. That's the beauty of just letting off that Thunder God's Wrath during the fight. You can hit all 5 heroes as long as you find the kills. You're pretty much good for it. I'm going to Sentry again. I'm looking for the Observer Ward. I do have another one here from the Earthshaker. Is he going to drop it? Yeah, he does. And they find the Obs. I also see the fact that Earthshaker is carrying that smoke. But where are you going to go with this? And you could try and go for Roshan if you feel you're just so far behind. But at the same time, I don't think HGT have enough damage to kill off Roshan. Because you're going for this BKB build over on the Shadow Fiend, combining with the mech, they're going to kill off Ice. But you are committing oh, okay. You're committing the Echo Slam, and you're going to lose both your supports. The assassination never even arrived from the sniper. It was just Howl shotgunning the Earthshaker. Well, if Ice is almost playing bait. Here's a Death Star. Come at us. Oh, damn it. The shields are still up. I'm not going to then refer to Zeus as a Superstar Destroyer. But maybe he is. Right, Roshan. His days are numbered. Super can go to work on him. Noticing too the fact that Super is now building an Abyssal Blade. Unless this is meant to be a Monkey King bar, which makes a hell of a lot more sense. He might be worried about the SF. But I don't know why that really makes a lot of sense. Oh, nice jump in. Good call. Roshan with a clap. Dire. They actually kill off Roshan. Storm Spirit picks up the Aegis, the Immortal. He's going to go down anyway. It's a good Requiem of Souls into the Death Ward. Howe and Fenrir, they're kind of trapped here. Fenrir's going to drop anyway. Howe will be sent back to base. Fenrir, okay, he should be dead. He's not dead. He doesn't have mana to TP out, so there's no other choice. Super's going to go down. Storm jumps up, cleans him in. Or out, I should say. FY and Ice now going to team up. SMJ, he burned through all of his mana for this. He can't deny himself. He bought the BKB, accepts his fate. FY jumps up so they keep the vision there.
At least I deigned
and HGT lose everybody in this fight. No buybacks required from VG Gaming to make that work. It's literally just a 5 for 2. Technically it's a 6 for 2 because the Storm Spirit also had the Aegis, the Immortal trigger. They did steal Roshan, but was it really worth it? Is the bigger question. At this point, I'm going to say no. But it could have been worse. You were losing control of this game anyway. So you had to do something about it. Alright, so we get a point booster over on top of Fenrir. Starting into that Agam Scepter. I say starting, he's 2k gold away from finishing it. Now we're looking for our other items. SF, he got the BKB before that last fight. Requiem wasn't that brilliant because you're not looking at any of the setup items from the SF. There's no Blink Yule Scepter built, so you're not finding the kills that way. I like how FI did actually build the Blink Dagger, so he steals things like Fissure. The only downside is just that mana pool is quite poor. Which means he can't spam a hell of a lot during the fights. That's not so anyone's running around with Arcane Boots. So yeah, the Basher is up for the Sniper. Talk about your desire just to have that Bash ability come back into the Sniper. Because he has the headshot got reworked, so obviously don't have that stun anymore. But having the Basher on the Sniper, a 10% chance for the stun. 10% is all you get. Super feels it's worth it. With the Abyssal Blade, it's a nice little damage increase. And if someone does try and jump him like the Storm Spirit, all he's got to do is Abyssal Blade them. I saw Kaka running to the top lane. There's the Thunder God's Wrath being used more as a scouting ability.
Haste.
Not really caring about the chip damage. If you van a kill like while someone was doing ancient stack, sure. But they'd also know about that because the Observer Ward's back down again for VG Gaming. Just so people are also clear, because seeing someone in the chat thinks it's disrespectful. It's not disrespectful to have the Basher. Because he wants to have the Abyssal. Like, okay. The point for the Abyssal is to stop it when this kind of stuff happens. ZSMJ runs in so close. Okay, FY, a little bit more time. Where's your replay? How? He's going to do it on ZSMJ. No, he can't. The Hand of God will come in. They keep him alive. Lightning Bolt will reveal, but it's a TP away. They've had a lot of one charges up your sleeve. I think that's actually where a lot more of that heal came from. But yeah, it's when Storm Spirit jumps in, they realize he built into a BKB. So conventional things like Halbert wouldn't even stop you. Like the Abyssal Blade just stops the Storm Spirit straight in his tracks, and that might just buy enough time for Sniper to either run away or kill the Storm Spirit. Hence the reason why he's building in for it. So VG Gaming again, not wanting to let this game drag on. The Tornadoes keeping HGT back from their tower. ZSMJ was considering a jump in through the side. He'll join the rest of his team in the high ground as the Replicant is a long way up. They jump in as quick as they possibly can, but Super kept alive. They still have mech available. And the Storm Spirit dropping the Echo Slam, but the Eul Scepter. Oh, Earthshaker. He also just gave over Echo Slam. So you got a Blink Dagger on a Rubik with an Echo Slam and only 2 players left alive. When his Battle Hunger wears off, he can finally use his Blink Dagger. The top Rax is already dropping quickly.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And where's your support?
Dire's structures
are
fortified.
That's possibly one of the most defensive raises I've seen.
Under attack.
Halfway through the animation, he still got the raise off, but he blinks himself away. Top Rax is down.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
VG Gaming will now back themselves up.
Dire's
Unless HGT want to try and chase him, they're just going to back out of here. Because they don't need to fight. If HGT want to fight, then that's fine. But not underneath the tower, no reason to force into the mid lane. Unless, yeah, okay. How just wants to snipe. And he'll be sent back. He's still got the Replicant here. Oh, let's see, he blade off. So he protects himself. The Chen's going to drop. Or will he? Yep, he should. The mech charge to go. Fenrir, the Battle Hunger is ticking him down. Need more life on this guy. 13 HP is not enough. But you've just traded a Chen for a Storm and a Shadow Fiend. The Morphling with the double kill, and now they'll call it. GG is the call. One last little glory ultimate from Witch Doctor. But the game was good, the game was golden, and VG Gaming go 2-0 here for their D2CL matchup. They're not done yet, they've got one more series up against eHome. They'll be beginning in roughly 18 minutes. Of course, that's the rough number I'm giving you. So make sure you let everybody know. VG Gaming versus eHome coming up next here on our D2CL stream, right on Join Dota Red. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. We got another series after that as well. eHome have their doubleheader. First up against VG Gaming, then they're going up against VG Gaming Potential, the second squad. Let's see how it's all going to unravel after this short break.